Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I just wanted to start out by saying last week was pretty traumatic for a lot of people. It was very difficult for a lot of people to go through, and I don't know how we're going to progress here. But this morning I watched a video from Ellie Dreams Down Under YouTube channel, and I did actually an interview with her a few years ago, and she's such a lovely person, and I wanted to give a shout out to her about her video because I think that it's very, very profound, and I think it's important to actually take a step back and to look at what we want to do or what I want to do specifically with this channel, where I want to go with it, and how I want to proceed. Now, I've always been a pretty liberal-minded individual. I'm not going to apologize for that. That is the way I am. Contrary to the fact that I grew up in Texas and I grew up around a lot of conservative ideologies. We are living in a time right now that is so difficult and so trying. I've heard stories of families being split apart because of politics, and I've heard of a lot of things happening because of politics. And the truth of the matter is, we're all here for a certain amount of time. And God only knows how much time each of us have on this plane of existence. And it's important, and Ellie outlined it so profoundly, perfectly. It is important for us to find the common ground that we seek. And in order to understand ourselves, sometimes it's important to understand other people as well. And this is something that I'm learning as I go. And the one thing that I have to say with regards to this YouTube thing, I did not start out with the intention of having a huge audience, and I don't have a huge audience. But I did not anticipate that I was going to be going through this idea that the algorithm that I'm dealing with has basically established itself to press me down, to post one view on a video that I viewed twice on two different devices just to see how my readings are going. And a video that my husband looked at, like on a completely different computer at a completely different time in the day. I did not expect when I started doing this that I would be suppressed in the way that I am being suppressed. And the reality is, viewership numbers really don't matter to me as much as feeling like I have done something good in doing this. When I first started with the meditations, a lot of it was contending with the current state of political discourse, I guess you could say. And when I started doing this, I wanted to connect with my guides, and I wanted to connect with my angels, and I wanted to find out information about myself that would help me as a spiritual being become more connected. Well, I am now more connected to my guides than I ever thought was possible. And even though I don't write down meditations every day, I'm getting messages almost all the time. And they come in forms of flashes. I mean, it just happens like that. It's just boing, and then it happens. And then I get like this message. And what I'm getting with regards to what I'm doing is, first and foremost, I have to be patient. And since I've been doing this for half a year, and I am only doing it because I really want to do it. There's no financial gain at all in doing this. It's just me doing this because I want to do it. And when I have time to do it, then I do it. Post a video, put something up. Sometimes I do little shorts where I, out and about and I show the eclipse or I show this or I show that, whatever. Or I do a longer video where I do pull cards or play with the rods or whatever. Um, Basically what I have found is that what Ellie said about going in a new direction or taking a new direction, I'm realizing that that applies to me as well. And that I have to decide for myself how I want to do this. And that I should not feel obligated to do it just because one or two people like to hear it or want to hear it or whatever. And the thing is, I love learning the cards and I love doing the cards and what have you. But there's got to be more to it than just posting about pulling cards on just current events. Because in essence, we are already inundated, like from here bis here, with current events and what's going on in the political world. And the truth is, I think most of us are just tired of it. We don't want to deal with it anymore. And we're like, and everybody's saying, oh, well, if you stop, then the other side will win. Well, what is it about winning and losing here? Have we lost ourselves in all of this? Are we losing ourselves or our identity or our feelings or whatever because we're expected to do this? We're expected to fight. We're expected to behave in this way. We're expected to do this, that, and the other. And we become resentful of the idea that we have to do certain things in order to make the political gods happy, if you will. And it's like, when is enough of this going to be enough? When do we get respite from all of the nonsense that's going on? When do we get the message that our guides and angels are sending? To say, somebody say, some of the people are saying, oh, well, we have a message we're supposed to get and we're not going to get any respite until we get the message. Well, a lot of us have already gotten the message. But who's to say when the message is received and when we can say, okay, I'm going to put this stuff aside and I'm going to just move on? When is that enough? When are we going to be able to say, we've had it? Our feelings about fighting or doing this, that, or the other isn't going to change what's going to happen. I have no personal impact on what political operatives and political people are doing. Sure, I could spend all day calling Congress and getting a switchboard and getting an answering machine or what have you. But do I really feel like that this is going to make a difference in the long run? I can make a sign and go to a demonstration. But does that make any difference? I'm not in the States. I'm living in Europe. Is my going to a demonstration in Europe going to make a difference in what happens in the States? Probably not. The thing is, what I'm realizing is that I have to do what feels right for me. And I have to make the decisions that are going to be right for me in this instance. Because I may be talking to one or two people. One or two people may be watching this video and may be saying, "Oh yeah, yeah, I can see what she's saying. Yeah, okay." But the reality is, I'm pretty much talking to the ether. I'm pretty much, I don't have a huge audience. Am I doing this for my betterment, or am I doing this for the betterment of other people? And the truth of the matter is, the answer is neither. This isn't helping me. Reading on politics or whatever isn't going to help me understand it any better than if I were to watch a video from Susan Lin, or from Linda G, or from Lady G, or from any of these other folks that I really like to watch. It's not going to make any difference in the long run, because I'm just a small blurb in a huge canvas of readers, intuitives, insightful people, tarot readers, what have you. I'm just a small, tiny blurb in a small corner of the universe, speaking my truth into the ether and hoping that somebody might actually understand what I'm saying or recognize. Not the truth, because this is just my opinion. This is just my feelings. But am I really, I think, am I done with this? Am I done doing videos? Am I done trying to promote a channel that has just over 100 people watching, and does it make a difference? I don't think it does. So I think that what I'm going to do is I'm going to post when I feel like it. I'm not going to post every day. I'll post when the spirit moves me to post. I'll continue doing the meditations, but I'll be doing them more privately, and I will see where this brings me. But I want to thank you all for watching. Whoever, you're not alone in all of this. This is just another step. And the reality is, letting go of this is probably one of the hardest things I've ever done in terms of internet activity and what have you. So, I think that in the end, it's going to be for the best that I let this go. And I post whenever something moves me to post, and otherwise move on. There was a song that I remembered from when I was growing up. It was called "I'm Moving On." And it talks about reconciling with your past and reconciling with your life and saying, "I'm moving on." And it goes on to say, life has been patiently waiting for me. And I know that no matter where I go, my guides are going to be there with me, and that it's not my task to come on every day and do this. I've set a foundation by doing this. And if you're just starting watching these, then go back and watch the old videos with the different meditation paths that I've done. I've done about four or five different meditation groups. I actually stopped halfway through the last one because I just did not feel motivated to do it anymore. And I didn't think that repeating something was the most motivational thing. So if I ever do decide to do meditations again, and I do decide to come back on here to share them, then I will do that. But as of right now, I am not going to do that. I'm just going to see where life takes me, and I can always come back to the channel when I have a chance and do that when the spirit moves me to do it. So I want to say thank you, not only to my guides and angels for being here and for helping me with my decisions and my choices in regards to this. But I want to thank you, whoever you are, for watching, wherever you are. Um, I appreciate it, and I hope that in some strange way that this has helped you delve deeper into yourself to find the answers that you seek for yourself, for your life, and for the betterment of things. And thank you so much for being here. And again, I'm not calling it quits completely, but I am taking some time to decide what I'm going to put up, what I'm going to say, and what I'm going to do. But as of right now, I'm not doing any more politics. I'm not doing any more um, current events as it is, because I think that it's just not an area I want to go into right now. There are so many people that you can get information and readings from who do actually delve into this area. And considering that there are so many of them, I really don't want to add myself to that mix. So that's me. So thank you very much for being here. Thank you for listening. And as always, namaste.